Hi, welcome to Victor Growth classes. In this class, we are teaching you the physiography of India, very important part of the geography, Indian geography. Okay, a lot of question comes from prelims as well as mains. So, geographic anatomy, okay, and form, function, consequences, geological investigation into the physiography of Indian subcontinent. Okay, so what actually happens here? Okay, so what happens is, see, India is itself should be a continent. That's what my personal feeling is, because India has got mountains. Yes, big mountain Himalayas there, islands are there, plateaus are there, desert is there, plain is there. So India should be a separate continent. So they use the word subcontinent. Okay, that is the word subcontinent, Indian subcontinent. Okay, India itself is one continent. Okay, so here what happens? Look at this. These are the features. Number one, I am marking as a crone, as a India's crone. We have Himalaya. Please write down in your notebook. Young fold mountain, young fold mountain, young fold mountain. And because of the Himalaya, there's a lot of deposits happening here. We call that as a cradle of civilization. Northern plains full of alluvial soil deposits that has come from Himalaya. Okay, then this Deccan region, the triangular region like this. Okay, you can also copy down. Please have a notebook and copy down. Don't simply sit. Okay. See, there will be difficulty in the preparation, and the most effort you are putting, then the results will come. If you are not putting effort, then don't blame the results. Okay. The shield is this one, Peninsular Plateau. Okay, they are made up of igneous rock. This is actually volcanic lava. Okay, volcanic lava. Okay, basalt rock. Basalt. I'm trying to improve my handwriting. Don't. Think too much on that. Okay, I'll try. Okay. So basalt Deccan Plateau is made up of volcanic lava. Okay. Then we have a Thar Desert here. Thar Desert is there. Okay. Then we have a coastal plains. This is the eastern coast. This is the western coast. Then we also have outpost. Look at this. Outpost name is given. Okay. One is the Andaman Nicobar, which is a tectonic origin, we can say, because of the Indian plate going meeting the Eurasian plate. We have this Andaman Nicobar formation, whereas the coral reef, this one, Lakshadweep, is completely a coral reef. Okay, so it is a subcontinent defined by a lot of things are there. Okay, you have geologically young places there. Okay, unstable fold mountains are there, whereas this Deccan is actually highly stable. Please write down. This is highly stable, no much seismic activity possible in this region. Okay, so these are the important physiography of India. Okay, now how it began actually? Okay, how did Himalayas form? Okay, what is Himalayas? The Indian plate basically it was somewhere near south of equator. This is the equator. South of equator was India, near South Africa. And around 200 million years ago, it started moving northwards, and coming and hitting the Eurasian plate. Okay, so this is a convergence plate margin. Please write down convergence plate margin. Indian plate or Indian Australian plate is coming and hitting the Eurasian plate. When they are hitting the Eurasian plate, okay, the Himachal or Himalaya was formed. The fold mountain is formed. Okay, so convergence plate margin. Okay, and why we call it a young fold? It's a fold mountain, sir. But why it is a young fold? Recently formed. Okay, it was just 70 million years ago, this was formed. Before that, this was not there. Now, 70 million years ago, you will think, oh, 70 million is a big. But look at the age of the Earth. Age of the Earth is 4,500 million years ago. Okay, so considering the age of the Earth, it's just a 70 million. That is why it is a young fold mountain. Okay, the mountain acts as a climate engineer. Please write down this word, climate engineer. Okay, for example, from here, the monsoon winds are coming. No, they will be stopped, so that the monsoon winds are available within the India, give rain within India. Okay. Likewise, from the Central Asia or from the North Pole, the cold wind are coming. No, they are stopped by the Himalaya. So Himalaya act as a climate barrier, climate engineer, you can say. It intercepts the southwest monsoon. It blocks the cold wind from the north. That is a region. That is a not region, reason that India is still a tropical country. Half of India, for example, Tropic of Cancer passes in the middle of India. Half of India is in the temperate zone. Half is in tropical zone. But more or like India is a hot country only, tropical country only. That reason is the Himalaya. Himalaya is stopping the cold wind entering into India. Okay, so that is the Himalayas significance and the formation. Okay, the western side of Himalaya, if you look at, okay, western gradient, it's a gradient is very gradual gradient will be there. There's not much steep. Okay, but whereas go to eastern Himalayas, like Kanchenjunga, please note down this. This is a biosphere reserve. Kanchenjunga is a biosphere reserve. Okay, also the highest peak in India. Okay, it is in Sikkim. Okay, so if you go towards the east, the height is increasing. Okay, in the western side, height is very gradual. Okay, and in the western side, it is little drier. Okay, it is not that much rainfall, but the eastern side there's a more. For example, here you can understand western side only we have a Ladakh desert, cold desert is located. Okay, eastern side we go, there's a rainfall is more, and it is also little more hot, you can say, because tropical evergreen and all you can find in the foothills of Himalaya. That is because northeast the monsoon wind is more. By the time it goes to the western side, it is drier. If you don't understand, I'll tell you. Look at this. This is the India map. Okay, so monsoon wind which is coming from the Arabian branch, it is going and hitting this region only. Okay, by the time they move towards the west, that it becomes drier. Okay, so eastern Himalayas are wetter than the western Himalayas. It is have more rainfall than this one. That is the reason they have a tropical evergreen forest. Okay, they have wet biodiversity. Please write down this point. Okay, snow line is a higher here. Okay, here it is a less. Okay. Now in the Darjeeling, this is from NCERT, they have mentioned this. Darjeeling has one success story, and it is also current affairs. Nowadays, Darjeeling tea is not having that natural aroma. Then Darjeeling itself, the efficiency or the production is coming down. Okay. So, but when the Britishers used this, okay, they capitalized on the certain natural climate, like for example, moderate slope is there. The slope is not very steep, moderate slope. Okay, cool climate, fertile soil. Here you write down. Okay, the soil name is Duar. Okay, Duar. Duar is a fertile soil. Okay, and which allowed the tea plantation. And moreover, they have not given in the PPT. You can say there's a lot of population from the eastern side, that's Bihar, Jharkhand, Bengal side. You know, they were migrating here. Okay, there's a tribe called tea tribes of Assam. Okay, but Darjeeling is not in Assam. Okay, don't confuse that. Darjeeling is in West Bengal. Okay. So these are the opportunity why Darjeeling became very famous, and Darjeeling tea is the first tea to or first product in India to have a GI tag also. Okay, failure in northeast. Okay, rugged terrain, steep slopes in Arunachal. Okay, and Nagaland made a okay. Now that is a success story, but failure is that the entire northeast is rugged. Okay, you can't have it. Railway construction, road construction is not easy. That is also part of this thing. Okay. Now coming to the northern plains, okay, northern plains, what happens is, see, northern plains, you write down one point, okay, it is a gift of Himalaya, northern plains, okay. So somebody is asking which is the latest and recent formed physiography of India. People will say Himalaya, but not Himalaya. After Himalaya only the northern plains were formed. Because from the Himalaya, okay, I'll show you next PPT, from the Himalaya, a lot of sediments are coming and getting deposited. There was one depression here. There was actually one sea called Tethys Sea. The Tethys Sea only folds to become Himalaya. Okay, so some of the remains of the Tethys Sea, some depressions were there. That depressions were filled by the sediments coming from Himalaya. So it is the latest one. Even after Himalaya was formed, the northern plains were formed. Okay, so Himalayan rivers, Indus, Ganga, Brahmaputra, from their erosion and the depression I told you, 200-meter depression was there. That was sedimented. Okay, and gradually they become a aggradation plain. Very important. India's, there is not a structural plain. If you go to Siberian plain, that is a structural plain. Naturally, it is a plain. But here it was formed by erosion and deposition. We call this aggradation plain, and it is a granary of India. Alluvial soil. Alluvial soil, 40% of Indian soil is alluvial soil. So granary of India. Wheat cultivation happens, okay, and longer river courses carry more sediments. This is Ganga, Indus, and Brahmaputra and all. Okay, higher rainfall increases erosion capacity. Greater tectonic upliftment in the eastern side. So here, greater upliftment happens is what they are saying. Okay, so this is a northern plains, cradle of India's this one civilization, you can say, and alluvial soil. So it's a gift of Himalaya. Now coming to this one. Within northern plains, these are very important. Okay, first I'll start with so when the Himalaya rivers are coming, like this they are coming, this is one river only, but here also the rivers are coming. What they will do, they will deposit the big boulders. They'll deposit big boulders here. You can see big boulders, you can see, these are big boulders. Okay, these boulders are bigger one. They cannot be, see, because from the mountain, with the gravity, they are bringing it to the foothills. But after that, they cannot move it further because there is no gravity. They don't have much force also. Okay. So Barber is a region which is porous, okay, pebble rich, rivers disappear. River disappear here. Okay, so here what happened, a lot of pebbles, a lot of rocks are there. The water will go inside that, thereby no surface water. Please copy down this. There is no surface. The river disappear in the Barber region. Barber region is found immediately in the foothills of Himalaya. Okay, then comes the rivers are reappearing here. In this region, we call Terai region. The river reappears in this region. Please write down. Terai region is a marshy land, wetland. Okay, wetland. Okay, the river appears here. So marshy land, but it is very good. Actually, it is used for rice cultivation. This very Terai soil is basically good in nitrogen. Maybe only soil in India which is having a good quantity of nitrogen. So Terai comes after Barber. The river reappears to the surface, which is actually having a luxuriant vegetation, not given in the PPT. Please write down. It's got luxuriant vegetation. Now thick vegetation is there. Okay, good vegetation is there. Okay, it has got wood alluvium terraces. Kankar is also found in the Terai. Okay, then from here only, proper northern plains starts. So Terai and Barber are in a transition between the Himalaya and the northern plains. Okay. When it comes to the northern plains, alluvial soil can be classified into Khadar and Bangar. Okay, so this is 1, this is 2, this is 3. Bangar is a old alluvium, less fertile. Okay, please write down this old alluvium, less fertile. Okay, old alluvium, less fertile. Khadar is a young and new alluvium, more fertile, most fertile. Okay, but they are found very near to the rivers hereby, okay, near to the rivers, and because of that, what happens is they are very less in quantity. Okay, so when the river is flooding every year it is flooding, they'll enrich this Khadar. But Bangar is away from it. Sometimes it is below this also. They are not much fertile, but large quantity of alluvial soil in the northern plain is made up of Bangar. Okay, so consequences of flood I told you. Okay, high sediment loads rises riverbed aggradation, reducing water carrying capacity. Now, what does this is? See, if this is a riverbed, okay, river in which the entire water is there. Because of erosion, lot of sediments will come and fill this. So the river carrying capacity will be reduced and the water will overflow, the flood. Okay. So erosion is linked with the flooding. Please write down. And erosion is linked with the flooding, and erosion is linked with the this one, deforestation. So you may think, so how would deforestation creates flood in my home? Because your deforestation happens, erosion and transportation, deposition into the river bed, and their carrying capacity is reduced. Thereby, the flooding happens in this. Okay, that is what recurring deposition. The Koshi River, which is known as a Badman of, or you can say sorrow of Bihar, Koshi, okay, Assam, all this. So deforestation, encroachment has a direct link to the flooding. Okay, sir. So you understood Barber is a boldest found in the foothills of Himalaya. No surface water, no vegetation also. But Terai is a very good soil, marshy land. Vegetation is very good. Bangar is a old alluvium. Khadar is a new alluvium. One more is a Kankar. This Kankar is a calcareous deposit. Please write down Kankar. So this 5 things you should know: Barber, Terai, Bangar, Kankar, and Khadar. Don't get confused. Okay. Now coming to the Peninsular Plateau. Okay. This is the oldest part of India, oldest physiography of India. Okay. Oldest physiography in India, most stable and the largest. Right on this oldest, that means that original Indian plate which migrated from South Africa, 200 million, that is this one. Okay, and it is also largest and is also most stable. Most stable means earthquake, seismic activities are not possible in this. Okay, so Deccan is solidified into basaltic. This right on basaltic lava. Okay, this basaltic lava has been weathered to form black soil. So in Deccan only you have a black soil. Okay, in northern plain you have got alluvial soil. In Deccan you have got a black soil which is useful for cotton cultivation. I am taking a soil separately. Okay, you can find this link here. Okay, this one. You can click it and soil separately taken. Okay, all the soil I have taken here. Okay, so here what happens? Cotton is cultivated. Okay, and please write down the rule of this one. That means the Chota Nagpur Plateau. Almost all the minerals, okay, all the minerals, coal, iron, magnesium, okay, bauxite, everything you find is Chota Nagpur Plateau. Okay, so it's the Ruhr of India. Okay, so much minerals are found. Okay, millions of erosions exposed. Okay, rich in coal, iron, limestone, everything is there. So Chota Nagpur Plateau, that means almost the entire Jharkhand is there one. Okay, stable part I told you, there's no any seismic activity possible. Okay, it is a remnant of Gondwana land. Okay, if you want in the world geography, we learn about the Earth is divided into two. Okay, Laurasia, okay, and Gondwana. The Gondwana is the southern part. Okay, so this was part of Gondwana land that crosses the equator and comes to the Eurasian. Okay, unlike Himalaya, the block has no major active fault or seismic activity. I told most stable and most largest and most oldest part of India is the Peninsular Deccan Plateau. Okay, and it is a. They'll ask you this one. Okay, so some of things I will forget and I will not tell you. Please put in the comments. Sir, you didn't tell me this, or you have any doubt, also put in the comment section so that we can see. Problem is I cannot see you. You can see me. Okay, I cannot see you. So what is the communication between you and me is the comments which you are giving, okay, or the likes, okay, a subscription. Okay, this is a new channel we have started because I had a lot of channels, but that have been redundant. Some of them are 10, 12 years old also. So now I'm trying to be regular. Because a lot of offline sessions we could not get time. Now we had a separate setup for the online sessions. So new channel, please subscribe to it. Okay, and please share and please tell me your comments, feedbacks like this is good, this is not good. So accordingly we can modify. Okay, so this one I forgot to tell you. It's a flood lava. Please write down this flood lava. See, lava can come and erupt like a volcano, but here what happens? The viscosity is very less, so it will flow like a water, and they will fill this entire region. So flood lava, which is viscous, is very less. Okay, now coming to the Thar Desert. Okay. Thar Desert, this is a place where the Harappans almost lived. Okay, this place you can see Harappans were living. Okay, so this is having a rain shadow effect. Aravalli, see Aravalli, we will not say it's a rain shadow effect. What happens is Aravalli cannot stop the Arabian branch. Okay, Bay of Bengal branch is not coming here. Arabian branch, when it is coming, these are the branches you can see. When it is coming, if the Aravalli is like this, if the Aravalli is like this, this can have a good rainfall, but Punjab will be a desert. Understand the point? Okay. So Aravalli could not stop the monsoon wind because it is parallel to the, please write it, it's parallel to the incoming Arabian branch of the monsoon. Okay, that is one thing. The second one is it is also kind of subtropical high pressure belt is located. You can see. Okay, so thereby the monsoon fails here. There is no any mountain here. So monsoon is failing. That is the main reason why the Thar is a desert. Okay, and there's a desertification expansion is there. Okay, but this is very important because there's a current affairs happening on Aravalli being 100 meter. This one definition. Aravalli actually, because it is like this side. Okay, it is stopping the expansion of desert into Madhya Pradesh or other parts. Okay, that you can say it acts as a green wall. Please write down. Aravalli acts as a green wall. Green wall. Okay. Now here what happens? There is a word called Marustali. Write down this word. Marustali. Marustali means proper desert. Okay. Then Barchans. Barchans means you have got a this one crescent-shaped sand dunes are there. Okay. That is also Thar Desert. Okay. But once upon a time it was a good civilization all there. Okay. Thar Desert is also there. Okay. Then comes to western coast and eastern coast. Western coast you have got a high depth is there. Okay, it's a submerged coast. This is an emerging coast. Please write down that. So western coast and eastern coast. Western coast is the submerged coast. Depth is high. So natural port and all possible in the western coast. Okay. Eastern coast is an artificial port only you have to create. Okay. So what happens from the western, rivers from the western Ghats directly go and jump into this. They'll make a depth here. Okay. Now steep gradient. Okay. Deep water. Thereby natural harbors are formed. There is no delta. Very important. The western coast do not have any delta. All the rivers which is flowing into the western side do not form delta. They only form estuaries. Okay. Here massive deltas are there. Okay. For example, granary of the south, that is Godavari basin, or you talk about Kaveri basin, Kaveri delta regions. Then okay. So we need a regular dredging here. So Chennai port is located in this. Okay. Broad continental shelf. Please write down broad continental shelf. Okay. And because of that, fishing is more in this part. Fishing is more. Continental shelf is more. Okay. Fishing is more. Okay. This is all the difference between western coast and the eastern coast. Okay. So don't forget this. E for eastern coast, and E for emerging coast. Understand? Fine. Now comes to the outpost, that is the Lakshadweep and the Andaman Nicobar. Andaman Nicobar has the only active volcano from India, that is a barren island. Okay. Then this they will ask you. This is a 10-degree channel. 10-degree channel separates the Little Andaman with Car Nicobar. Okay, they are not going. Okay, fine. 10-degree channel. 10-degree channel, Little Nicobar, Andaman with Car. So this is not Andaman here. This one. So Little Andaman, Car Nicobar is divided by or separated by a 10-degree channel, that you can say. It is a tectonic origin. Okay, and it is emerged. It is an extension. In fact, somebody said it's an extension of Himalaya itself. Okay, so volcanic island is there. In fact, there are also coral reef is also. You can't say there is no coral reef in Andaman. Andaman also has got coral reef. Okay, this can be questioned because in Great Nicobar we are having a project. Okay, Great Nicobar project, it's almost 70 to 90,000 crore. For that also I have made a video. There's a link which I'm giving here. Please click and please go through it. That's a very important possible questions. Okay, so Great Nicobar is here. Okay, that is where you have an Indra Point was there. No, that is under the sea because of tsunami. Okay, so Andaman Nicobar is a tectonic origin, but it is also having coral reef. Coming to Lakshadweep, it is completely a coral reef. Okay, coral deposits are there. Okay, and low-lying atolls are there. Okay, and now tourism is getting like Maldives. We are going to develop the Lakshadweep also. Okay, and comparing with the Himalayan and Peninsular river system, okay, Himalayan rivers are youthful. These are older river, mature river. Okay, mostly they are seasonal. Okay, here perennial. Perennial means after the monsoon is over, the melting of glaciers will get a water. Okay, they are long, meandering, cross. Okay, they have an intense vertical erosion. Okay, some of them are anti-sedental also. Right on this word, anti-sedental in nature. That means they are flowing even before the Himalaya was formed. No, Himalaya was formed just 70 million years ago. So they can cut the Himalaya. They can form huge gorges. And they can cut and get. So, example, Sutlej is an example. Kosi, right on this. Sutlej, Kosi, all these are example of anti-sedental river. It means they'll cut the topography and they'll grow. Whereas Peninsular river, a consequent river. Consequent means they're a very good, obedient river. They won't simply follow the this one topography. They'll not change or alter this. Okay, they'll not change and alter this. For example. Start from Western Ghats, it slowly goes into the Bay of Bengal. There's no any changes happening. So consequent river, Peninsular rivers are seasonal and same time they are consequent also. They follow the topography. Now coming to the western coast itself, okay, estuaries are created and these are the two rivers which are west flowing rivers. They do not, in fact, the entire west flowing rivers do not form delta. There is no second thought about it. Okay. Now, Narmada and Tapi do not form delta has some other reasons. The rock is very hard, so they cannot erode this. That is one important reason. Okay. Second thing is the velocity of the river is also high, or the sediments cannot settle into this. Okay. And there's a tidal action also very high. So these three reasons why Narmada and Tapi, and more importantly, if they are not giving this, okay, please write on this, Rift Valley. Narmada and Tapi are flowing through Rift Valley. That is the reason they are having a hard rock. Okay, so the entire west flowing rivers do not form delta. Narmada and Tapi from not forming delta has got three reasons. One is they are having a hard rock because of Rift Valley, and they have got a steep gradient, and tidal actions also stop this. Okay, and they are flowing through a Rift Valley means there's the valley itself was formed by a fracture when the Indian plate went and met the Eurasian plate. They are creating a fracture, in that only they are flowing. Okay, and Narmada, please write, is the largest west flowing river in India. Okay. Okay, then this one river interlinking project, then all they are saying in the all India level, it is massive, it is not possible immediately, but small interlinking we can do. Okay, but depends upon the ecology and the finance also. Okay. So what are other factors which is affecting the physiography of India as of now? Okay, Himalayan instability, like a lot of flood is coming. Sikkim flood is there, Ladakh flood is there, Uttarakhand flood is there. That is all these are because of human intervention. Okay, because of timber and farming, we are cutting the trees. Okay, flood plain encroachment. Okay, we are building the constructions work happening in the floodplain itself. Okay, thereby seasonal flood, human disasters, and all that. So this is one possible question, either the part of the disaster management or part of geography itself. The role of anthropogenic means human affecting the this one. Okay. Then desertification is also expanding. Okay, India has a signatory of United Nations Convention on Desertification. Okay, so that also we have a responsibility. So where Aravali came as a hot news, that time we talked about desertification because the Aravali is stopping the deserts to expand. Okay. Then as a conclusion, this you have to understand. Okay, this form, okay, consequences and functions are interlinked. Okay, ports are available in the western coast because the depth was high. Okay, mineral wealth is there. You can say Chota Nagpur Plateau. Okay, and then the mountain Himalaya acts as a barrier. Two things it does. It is not allowing the southwest monsoon to enter into the China or somewhere. It is stopping so that India is having a rainfall. The other one is it also acts as a shield for the cold wind coming from the Central Asia. Okay. Mountain engineering, climate, water divide, all these are there. So to understand India's economic security and future, we must understand its anatomy or the structure and the physiography of India. Okay, hope you have enjoyed this class. See you in another class. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.